Hey everybody, welcome back to the underground lair. We have ourselves a new Kingman bass. Well, newish. I think he bought it used. But this is the Kingman V2 or version 2. It's now a short scale bass. This is the same gentleman that had the other longer scale that had the big Willie Nelson divot in it from where he anchored his thumb. Well, he decided to get a new one, and this one had some issues. I didn't want to spend all of my time and your time replacing the nut. The nut on this one here was replaced, and it's a hunk of plastic, and whoever replaced it went and they sawed all the slots down too deep. The A was actually laying on the frets. Real high action on this. I took about 2/64 off, a little bit more off on the bass side. So a lot of just cranking out stuff that would be boring to watch. We put in a tusk nut, and I'm wondering, do I have? Yeah. It takes this has a flat bottom to the nut slot. I called Fender and they didn't know their own product. He said it's a rounded radius nut slot. So he said a jazz bass nut would fit. Well, this one was basically laying in there. I took the nut off, and it just slid right out. Turned out that it's a flat bottom on there, so I happen to have a P bass. It's a EP424, which is the permanently lubricated. I still put a little bit of the tune it in the sluts, and so that was in there. I put a dot there and a dot there underneath of tight bond, clamped it, and voila. So we're to the point where we've done that. We've taken care of the sharp fret ends. You've seen me do that a million times. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel and go back and watch them if you need to know how to do that. We've oiled the fingerboard, we've polished the frets. So anyhow, we're going to go with the Fender 45 to 100. But these are long scale. This is short scale. Wonder how that's going to work out for it. We're going to find out. So we're just going to go ahead and bring the string over like we normally do. Stick that in there. We're going to go, we'll go in there. We're going to go 3 past and cut it. Must live there. We're going to go 2 past, so we're going to go there. See what happens. Always going to wrap under. Put guitar tune it in there. Okay, one string in. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 more and I'll be back. Sometimes you get the bear and sometimes, well, the bear, he gets you. And the bear got me. A lot of times when you work on so many different instruments, you get measurements in your head of where you should cut your strings. On these tall Fender posts, tall thick Fender posts, you need to go 4 past and cut it there, and I'll show you why. I'll just tell you why, because I'm not gonna have you watch me stringing all these. But the problem I ran into was on the A string. I only did 3 strings past the post and cut it, which and because I only had so few wraps, there was no break angle over the nut, and that's not good. You need to have your break angle or the string's not going to stay in the nut slot. So on this one, all the strings I'm going for. If it's going to live here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 past. And on the A string, I'm going to go just a little bit more past. So we bend it like we normally do. Put it in the hole. And we've also shaved quite a bit off of this saddle because we were at, if you recall, we were at 9/64. So, okay. So it wants to live here. We're going to cut. That's 3 past. I'm going to go a little bit more. Call it 3.5 past. Cut it there. So that way I have plenty of room for the wraps to go down. And hopefully this will be enough. To get enough wraps on this post. So anyhow, we shaved quite a bit off the saddle, and I got it down to a little over 6/64. And took a little bit more. I'd like to see 5/64. And I think this is going to be just fine here. Oh yeah, that's 3 wraps. And I think by the time Yeah. Okay. Good. And we got nice low action. Alright, so we're up to tune. He tunes a half step down. See if there's any fret buzz. Okay, these are not Fenders. I couldn't find Fenders anywhere within driving distance, and I wanted this done today. So let's us see, find my string action gauge. It's got bone dust all over it. Where our action is. Oh man, that is nailed. 5/64, and just a hair over 4/64. Perfect. Our relief is, I'd say, probably 9 thousandths, and we got 20 thousandths string height at the first fret. And we don't have any problems with the A string because I have enough break angle right here, because now I have 3 wraps. Assume you know what you're doing and get bit in the butt. So never assume. These things are awesome. Oh, let's plug it into the noisemaker and double check, because I also had to tighten the output jack. Whoa, super feedbacky. Yeah. Let's see here. Take that mid down. Oh, treble I had cranked. So let's go over what we did. Let's unplug that so you don't get a headphone full of noise. Okay, new nut, bunch of shavings I gave you earlier in the video. It's a P-base nut that fits in here, even though this is called a jazz style neck. We had to shave the saddle way down. We had to shave the nut way down in order to make it fit. Just took a slight bit off of both sides of the edge of the nut. And oh yeah, one last thing before I sign off. If you like what you see here, by the way, please subscribe, comment, like. Help my algorithm. Had to tighten that. Love your neighbors like you love yourself. Take care of the old folks because they are indeed special. If you need your guitar brought up to par, send us an instant message on the Facebooks. Peace. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great weekend.